Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XVI. We're getting very close, but we are going to be starting the second annual side quest extravaganza, starting with mid. Let's go. Let's just get into it. No more bullshit. Let's go.
If you have a...
Well,
That's it.
What the
I
fuck?
knew it. The answer was right here under my arse all along.
What are you talking about?
To the skies, nothing will.
To the skies?
I told you, just turn her into a rocket ship. Said that last time.
Doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. They're worried about you. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them. But not me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well,
We're going to build a combustible engine with ones on gasoline.
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. But if a godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it.
You do realize that I built that machine pretty much. I got everything you need. If it wasn't for me,
drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the tub and
you and me get nowhere.
Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the curse breakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
Again.
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Alright, so let's also go. Well, now we'll just go down here and we'll talk to everybody down here. And we'll head over to talk to Torgal. I don't want to go all the way up and around. Go.
All right, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered your share of beasts on your travels across the realm. Any ideas?
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better. You know what an adamantus is?
I do. And I know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamantus do?
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Karava, near Old Bidza, or what's left of the village anyway. But don't expect to make quick work of the bastard. There's a reason it's lived as long as it has.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Alright. And then let's talk to Vivian.
Vivian, I read your note, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down will not be easy. Are you sure?
Please. You have always granted me your wisdom and insight whenever I asked. It's only right that I return the favor. Or at least attempt to.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is rather more trying than delivering the odd lecture. I spoke with Harpocrates to see if he had any inkling as to where another copy might be found, but perhaps it is best that you hear the details from him.
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, for asking this of you. But this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today. Its importance cannot be overstated.
Alright. So we gotta go speak with Tomes. I mean, go figure, right? If anybody's gonna know anything about a book, it's gonna be him. Oh. Wait. Who the fuck are you? Where did you come from? How long have you been here? Oh well, I guess that's what I get for not paying attention, right? All right, Tomes.
Ah, Clive, my boy. What a pleasure it is to see you.
Hippocrates. There's something I need to ask you. I've been charged with locating a book called From a Distance.
Then you seek a rare gem indeed. One whose name I had not thought to hear from your lips. You've been talking to Vivian.
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it she didn't like what you had to say.
And yet I gather it did naught to dissuade her. Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy, I fear she asks the impossible. The executors would not allow it.
The executors?
Coveters of Secrets. A clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of forbidden texts and technologies. One such text being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling as it does the true history of the enslavement of bearers, a tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to become widely known. Or, so rumor has it. I've never actually read the thing, or even set eyes on it for that matter.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why, secrecy is the executor's watchword. They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, inventions...
They're in the shadows!
Before disappearing again, leaving nary a trace.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the executors, yes.
But what drives them? Self-interest or ideology?
Fine question.
Who knows?
Sadly, all that is known of the executors can be recounted in a single breath. You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identities of their leaders. Any answer I give would be pure speculation.
My hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting? That I'd pluck it from thin air?
Not from thin air, no. From ash. Rumors of the executors are rife among the scholars of Storm, but rather less so across the strait. I have a friend. Well, I had a friend in the village of Garnick, a collector of rare tomes, upon which subject we would oft correspond. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell dark. And no doubt he, too, has turned. But, though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that a surviving copy of From a Distance yet rests upon one of his many shelves, quietly awaiting discovery. If you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from the poor man's library, I know his soul would rest easier.
Very well. When I next find myself in Waloed, I'll be sure to pay Garnick a visit.
All right, well, that was long-winded. Make for Garnick. All right, now let's go talk to Torgi. See what's up with him.
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen her son.
Just staring out to the water. Oh, I'm sad. What is life? But a shell. An
I need
empty
something,
husk.
boy.
I want to learn how to swim, sir.
What is it? What do you see out there?
Freedom.
I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's why. On the day he brought him home.
That long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
Oh,
What's wrong, boy?
I never even thought of that.
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young
I never even
age.
thought of that being the
Doubly
reason. I
hard
thought it was
him
just like
being a frost
decoration.
wolf, torn away from his icons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron gone? You find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he were looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal.
So...
Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you.
Oh, I kind of like it, though. I think it looks great. Uh-oh.
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you?
He's like, yeah.
You want me to go with you somewhere?
Oh, well, there he goes.
Quick, aren't you? Glad you've been paying attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Karen.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated. You've been a good friend to him.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you. Go on now.
I mean, you mean he doesn't speak English like the rest of us? He talks back for sure. Now, where the fuck are we supposed to go?
All right, Torgal. Where are you taking me? I'm going to need a little bit more than that, boy. Do you have a better hint for me?
What if he just was like, I want to go over here?
Unless... you've already given me one. Back on the rear deck.
Maybe he wants to go back home.
Looking west. Toward Rosaria.
Yeah, the castle. Maybe he wants to go back there.
Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the island in almost 20 years. To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
Well, he seems thrilled about that. Alright, so we got everything done here. Okay. So now that we've done that, let's see here. You know what? Let's start with everything. Let's start with everything here, shall we? So we got Torgal's quest there, and aiming high. I don't even remember what this was. All right, so let's just start here, shall we? We'll do like one area at a time. Board the rowboat.
It's still here. After all these years. A lot smaller than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy.
It's like, you make me swim and you're gonna regret it.
I wasn't being serious.
Yeah, Torgal, take a joke.
Go on without
Jesus.
me. I doubt that boat will hold a third.
If you're sure, we won't be long. Hop in, boy.
I mean, it's not that small of a boat. Okay.
This place hasn't changed.
Oh shit.
Use it all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you. Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal?
I don't know. I've never seen this place. Is there like comic books and shit up here? My old GI Joes are stashed away. Stuff hidden behind the planks. Oh, for a second I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, Shield. Son his mother could love.
Oh, fuck her. I don't want to hear her about her bullshit
one
anymore.
Of those things. Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle.
Old gear.
And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here?
Oh.
My sparring sword.
Oh, he saved the sparring sword. Torgal's kind of like a crow. He collects things and he brings them to people when they need them. As little gifts.
Thank you, Torgal.
Oh, Torgal's a good boy.
For never giving up. For never forgetting.
I called him useless for a long time, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, well, you hated him, didn't you?" And I didn't hate him. He just had to get powered up, you see.
Let's take this with us, shall we?
What the fuck am I gonna do with that?
So I don't forget either.
Oh, is it gonna be like a collectible thing for our, whatever you call it, God damn it! I don't know the word.
That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal.
He knows.
All right. I'm coming.
I can't stop yawning.
I think I know where
I did get up a little early today, so. But I'm getting this game done today, regardless of how long it takes. Even if I have to take a couple hour break and take a nap, you know. Curiosity? Was that the word? Resolved sigh.
People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home.
Has anybody ever thought, like, about the idea that blowing your nose is just, like, the weirdest and most disgusting thing that we do? Yeah, so you go. Curiosity, that is what it is. I know his attack potency. That's good. I mean, I know it seems kind of like an odd thing to think about, but I was just blowing my nose and I was just like, don't we find that to be, like, gross? Like, the idea that we just, like, take a piece of paper and we just, like, blowing snot into that, like, and then throwing it away, like, what a strange concept. What a strange species we are. It's just so fucking weird. Anyway. What was this for? Aiming high? I don't even remember what this was. I'm gonna have to look in the quests. Oh, okay. So this was the. Speak with Cyril. Aiming high. Just take all those off for now. Defeat a desert tour in Karava. Obtain oil from... So... Like... How would I know? They're just like little things. Yeah, okay. So they're just like little markers or whatever.
Mid's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all.
And the second.
This should be enough.
Alright, well that's that. Let's see. Trial and error under new management 2. Nobody's... You have errors, convenient truth. Aiming high. Okay, so we'll just travel to Dravost. Should probably talk to this guy. He has something for us. It's probably just like an accessory of some kind.
Would you like to see my wares?
Yeah.
Go safely now.
Alright. Time to ride.
Let's go.
First of many, it seems. Alright, so just down around the corner.
No mistakes. Here we are again. Karava. If you were a tortoise, Torgor, where would you hide?
Well, right there.
It looks like we found him.
Laser! Go.
Nice try.
We'll just do a level 3. We gotta hit him in the face, so. There we go. Those turtles, man, they're always a pain. Adamantoise shell.
I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Okay, so we have 2 quests here. Tabor. We have one here. This is Lines in the Sand 2. Alright, let's travel there and get this quest. This is going to be the second part to dealing with Lubor after the revelation of his powers.
Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be traveling light. I'm almost finished already, in fact.
You're really going to go through with this, then?
I am. But before I go, there is one small issue I'd like your assistance with. Well, two, in fact.
If it's within my power to help you, I will.
It's the children. I refuse to let them share in my disgrace. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. But I can't take them with me either. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe and provided for and loved. The Hideaway.
Yeah, sure.
The children would be more than welcome.
Thank you, Clive. I will not forget this.
Lubor, are you still here?
What is it, Ferda? You look pale.
There's been a flood in the Velcroy, a damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Every last one of
So
them
we got some
bastards
Akashic.
has turned. And they're headed this way.
Of course they are.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another.
So you deal with it.
God won't stand a chance against them. We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose. Ferda, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover the townspeople's escape. Well, what are you waiting for?
Yes, my lord.
Yes, me lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate evacuation.
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Wish me luck.
Okay.
You have to listen to me. They're coming.
Why do they always have to make
All right, you two. We got another battle ahead of us.
Ah, it's you.
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood out in the Velcroy. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now, and they could be here at any moment. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale evacuation right away.
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you this disturbing news, might I ask?
Lubor, perhaps? The man spreading the same poison out in the square as we speak. You may believe his lies, my lord.
Are you serious right now?
Better.
But why would he lie about something like this?
Some twisted attempt at revenge, perhaps. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been elected our leader. A great honor for one of his kind. One he might well feel aggrieved at having been denied.
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but it has become all too evident where your sympathies lie. Lubor cannot be trusted, and neither, therefore, can you.
Okay. Well, you know what?
But for the sake of your people,
Fuck all of you then. I don't give a shit.
Any chance that this is
I'm gonna just take the kids and I'm gonna leave.
You can be certain of that.
We'll go back to the hideaway. They'll be safe. You'll all die. I'm fine with that. That's great.
You're making a mistake.
Fuck all of you. Bunch of ignorant fucking idiots.
We must find another way to help save the town.
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Ferda.
Listen to me. They're coming.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Excuse me, excuse me.
Lord Ferda.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they wouldn't listen. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be trusted.
The bloody fools.
Which means the town guard can't be counted on for support. But I can. If there's anything I can do to help you defend Dalamil, you only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid! Further! I've been looking for you everywhere.
Victor? I thought you'd left.
I couldn't abandon a friend in need. And Blue Boy is in need at this very moment. Come quickly.
Now what? We have more pressing issues. Oh, it's a full-ass cutscene.
You have to believe me. The Akashic are coming. They don't eat. They don't sleep. They don't tire. And they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There won't be no parley, no mercy granted. We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, Bearer?
I hate these people.
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
Your kind? Fucking racist.
Run, Bearer!
Yeah, run! Far away.
No, I think we should. I think Lubor and the kids should just come with me and we just leave all these people to die.
Go on, then.
Lubor.
Wait. Someone's coming.
Stop! You're hurting him!
Oh, now they're hitting the kids with the rocks. Now they stoned the kids. What have I become?
What did Lubor ever do to you?
My greatest friend.
He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you
I
safe.
know.
You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad?
Yeah!
And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that?
Yeah, dumbass. Can't count without a fucking counting table, idiot.
Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty?
Yeah, the janitors at Disney. They deserve a raise.
Every day making sure things run smoothly around here.
Me, actually. That's me.
Ever say thank you? Ever?
Yeah, fuck you.
But did Lubor ever complain?
Yes,
Well,
he did.
does he ever stop smiling?
I've never seen him smile. In a good way.
He's going. And you act like it doesn't even exist.
Lubor, we've heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place.
Oh, wow. Only took 2 kids that you hit with rocks to get you to realize that.
I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
Yeah, these fucking people are stupid. They all deserve to die.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
You let me deal with them, because I'm the one who can fight them.
We won't run, but we will fight.
Title screen music. Doom, 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 doom,
Fine.
doom, 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 doom.
Gather round if you don't want to die.
There's one person that just backs up and they're like, what are you doing? I want to die, actually. I've been waiting for it ever since. Doom, 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 doom. Are we gonna actually find anything, or? God.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcroy.
I honestly don't care. Let's just go kill them.
Until the League of
It's all. It's so we're just.
to make it their
Who
base
cares?
of operations. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage, and they are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalamil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic Force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalamil at all costs. Conrad, can I count?
Do all of you realize that I have like the powers of 7 gods in my body?
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers
I can just
in
deal with
your
all of
hands,
it.
Victor, and the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done.
As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchant not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that,
Got a box for my
that the
trinkets.
Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well.
Oh my god, let's actually just do something instead of standing around talking about it.
Where else but the most perilous place of all? I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws, Cheratina itself. The main host is most likely still there, and Dalamil will not be
So
safe
give me
until
the
root and branch.
You know, the hardest task. I'm fine with that.
Pleasant. I doubt it. I have a feeling these weeds will be particularly stubborn.
Luckily, so am I.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing it. For Dalamil.
Jesus Christ, about time.
I'd better not keep them waiting.
Alright, so yeah, we'll just make our way over here. Just walk on up. Well, we should probably.
Come on. There it is. The flood. But what's waiting for us inside?
That.
We can't leave a single one alive.
It's over. Farewell. It's over. Now, Torgal!
We just decimated him. Uh-oh. Laser time. Staggered. There we go. Let's just use that. Alright, you're all dead.
The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalimil and see how the others fared.
See, we did like 10 minutes of talking just for that. Just for that. Like, instead of just talking about it, let's just go kill them. And it'll all be over. Just send me out. Just say, hey, go here, here, and here. I'll do it. I'll hit them. I'll hit them all.
All the Akashic we were able to find have been dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
The last of them here, perhaps.
Lubor, Clive has returned.
Clive! What news from Charatina?
It's done. Root and branch.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank you, my lord.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven back. The Akashic have been defeated. And we need not fear the arrival of any more, thanks to Clive. Victory is ours.
We bloody did it.
We saved Dalimil.
Lubor, allow me to apologize. After all you have done for this town, we should never have doubted you.
Yeah, no shit.
But we did. And for that we are truly sorry.
We are
We
full of
only
deep
hope that you
regrets.
can forgive us.
We need
What if he was just like, you know what? I could forgive you, but I'm not. See ya.
If you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our backing.
Oh, there you go.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do. But that is not a stain on your character. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are. The man who saved Dalimil twice over.
What? I'm the one who saved Dalimil. I'm the one who did it.
But I will.
I saved Dalimil, goddammit.
Name them.
Excuse me. Where the fuck is my recognition? I do all these quests and I get paid for virtually none of them.
Do not accept my leadership.
I don't get money. All I get is renown, and then everybody else takes my credit.
Unity is the key to defending Dalimil.
I saved Dalimil twice, as I've saved every other fucking city.
Just as we did today.
Of course.
I don't care about your speech, Lubor. You can go fuck yourself now.
You will accept that if I am to lead you, the mistreatment of bearers must end here in Dalimil. Any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights as any other citizen. They will not be judged by what
equal rights, equal rights, equal rights.
As we failed to do, and came so close to losing everything.
We agree to your conditions. And we have only one in return. That you continue to work for the good of Dalimil, as you always have.
Condition accepted.
All right.
It seems my mayorship is all but confirmed. Do I get some sort of special hat?
Do I get a special hat?
How fickle fate can be. Not so long ago, I had resigned myself to leaving Dalimil in disgrace. And now, I find myself her leader. Here. For everything.
Yeah. Thanks for taking all the credit that you saved the city.
About the children.
Fear not. You are, of course, relieved of your responsibility. I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up as outlaws. I'll make sure they're safe here.
Just throw me under the bus.
And not just the children, but everyone in Dalamel.
I'll do my best. Can't have all your hard work going to waste.
Yeah, the hard work that I didn't get any recognition for. What the fuck is it? What is going on? All right. What did we get out of that? Oh, we got another signboard. That's right. Sick. Breath of Light, Impulse, and Meteorite. Okay. Well, that's that. You know what? Let's go up to Baklad and we'll check this merchant. Then we'll go do this one down here.
You won't find a finer array this side of the strait.
Heaven's Cloud, cooldown time by 2.5 seconds. Right.
You've a discerning eye.
Get rid of this.
Thank you.
We'll get rid of
Just
this.
what I was looking for.
We'll get rid of this because we have the +1.
You're sure you don't need it?
We don't have any
May
valuables.
Gilbert smile upon you.
Do you see that too?
Alright. So, meet Hobble at the gates of Randalaw.
Oh, please. Just make it stop. I'm scared.
Come on.
Faster!
Alright, what do we have here?
It can't be Rutherford, can it?
What are we talking about? Up here? Yeah.
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't.
Alright, well.
Men, finish him.
You guys want to fight? You guys are... Alright, laser time. Hi. You lose.
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Do whatever. Yeah, whatever you want to.
Change who I am. Or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question.
Shoot.
What do you stand to gain from all this?
I don't really
deny
gain.
that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw.
Yeah, I know.
I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps.
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either. And I have other problems to attend to. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Well, beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well. Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis. Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No. This is a job for someone with experience. Someone like Quentin. I hope I can convince him at least.
Alright, convince Quentin. The Gotland Bales. Okay, so, we've cracked that. Let's travel here. We have 2 quests here. One of which is in the area. The other is one we still have to
here.
Pick
Take a look
up.
at my wares.
It's probably just another. Yep. Increases Gungnir will damage by 30%.
Come again.
Where's Will?
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from Father?
Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
All right. My beloved sons, I know that I ask much of you in this coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath, the threat of the Blight still looms, and only with all Rosaria striving as one might, we at last overcome it. I have made plans to see us through, but such are the obstacles that stand in our way, it shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength, the courage, and the will to do so. This shall be an arduous inheritance, and so I offer you another, that you might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold for both of you, your father.
An inheritance?
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before.
If it was just like
the day before we left,
it was like a set of bed sheets.
What
I've left you my royal bed sheets.
His plans for the duchy, your grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the
Dude, the guy was like
magical technologies.
Thomas
With
Wayne.
the light spreading ever more widely across the twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom over time.
Yeah, he wasn't a piece of shit.
Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides, those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But
yeah, well, she's gone and dead now, so I don't have to worry about her anymore.
Come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, your grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
All right. But we still have to talk to him. There's another quest here, though.
Lord Marquis, if you have a moment.
Yeah.
What is it, Cyril?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait in order to pursue a new avenue of inquiry in our ongoing investigation. He sent an owl some while ago, but we have heard naught from him since.
Was he surveying another fallen ruin?
Say another group of people dead because of your bullshit?
It was a savior cult that has arisen in Ash in recent years.
Oh, so this
we
is
believe
Ash.
it may have some connection to the Circle of Malleus, an ancient religion that worshipped Ultima as its god. By gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn more of the Circle's original beliefs.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash? A continent teeming with orcs and Akashic?
Fully cognizant of the risks, yes. I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order, the third chair, a master of the arts of combat and survival.
The third chair?
He has been silent for some days now. I have thus far refrained from sending any others in search of him.
What about the first and second
Lest
chair?
they be lost in turn. Yet, it seemed only right to inform you of the situation, given your unique experience of the perils of Ash. For as you so earnestly advised me, it would not do to abandon a man to his fate, when he might yet be saved.
Alright, so this is the second part of Duty Undying.
Not. But Ash is a big place. Can you be any more specific?
Perhaps. The last owl I received from him mentioned a village where he had heard the cult were wont to assemble. Mickleburg was its name. It lies in the southern reaches.
Not kidding when I say that I heard him say Nickelback. I'm not even kidding. I looked over to my phone to check the time, and I blinked and I heard Nickelback, and I turned and I was like, I'm sorry. They live in Nickelback. The land of Nickelback. What do you say it was? Muckleburg or Mucklebug or whatever the fuck? I heard Nickelback for sure though. Alright, so we gotta go here.
If this new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then...
Let's concentrate on finding the third chair first, shall we?
Well, actually, let's first focus on finding this person. Hello. We're here about our will.
My lord.
Our father's will.
I hardly recognize you.
I don't recognize you, so...
I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more. What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both.
Oh, cool.
Alas, he did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself. But it was not to be.
Oh, let me guess.
And his gifts remain.
I gotta go find these Heartstones.
See.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see. We do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace.
Is it like a beast hunt
In answer
specimen?
to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua? What else?
That will be done. Alright. So that would be here. Alright, well. The Gilded Path. Man, we're already an hour in and we haven't... I feel like we haven't done nearly as much as we could have. I don't know, I might make these last two parts like 2.5 hours, to be honest.
Joshua.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Smurg?
For House Rosfield. Torgal, kill!
There we go. Getting close to another level. Heartstone, 2 of them.
Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Goditha will know.
Yeah, it is. Alright.
Thank the Founder you were safe. The Griffin is slain then?
Yep.
Heartstone claimed.
Heartstones.
Yes. This radiant luster, like frozen flame, is just as your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your Grace. Your father would be so proud.
Lady Goditha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith.
All right.
The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. They are yours, after all. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion. And the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only With unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms. Only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Thank you, Lady Goditha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how are you...
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Because I was the keeper.
Just all this, like, excess talking that doesn't really need to be here.
My father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future.
Like, she forked over the armbands, you just need to leave.
Before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord.
She's virtually been knighted at that point.
For coming back to us. For giving my service meaning.
The Founder's Grasp.
The bands suit you well.
So it's just more talking.
It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was...
Yeah, I fucking got it.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial atop Hawk's Cry?
I guess.
Let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision lives on in you.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive? Should we pay Father a visit?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks before we left for Origin.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. It has been since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate. I prithee claim it, for it too is a part of your inheritance, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, Cyril.
So I feel like my biggest problem with this game is the amount of talking that are done in like these side quests. Like I'm just like so tired of like just having to listen to characters talk and talk and talk for like an hour. It's like, just shut the fuck up. Alright, the Founder's Grasp. Cool. This is his memorial. Alright, well that's all that. Now we gotta travel back here so that we can go to this memorial. It's just like, we have so many fucking quests to do, and it's like a lot of these side quests just have non-stop talking. It's like, let me tell you a story for 4 hours
To save the world, of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies, of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made...
He's just back there.
Like, see, I'm fine with the actual
Father
cutscenes.
always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself.
Yeah, he's been dead and gone a long time. We gotta move on. Like, just have all this stuff that we have to do. Like, our focus is Ultima now. We need to, like, end this.
Father, if I may.
Honestly, I don't want to dwell on the past anymore. We've dwelled on the past for too long at this point. Like, I just want to move on. Like, I want to move on and frankly get this game fucking done in 2 parts instead of like another 6. So he's gonna be there. Yeah, so he's gonna be standing there. He's always watching.
We won't lay you down.
I don't know why they waited this long to have this thing happen. Like, why have we waited till nearly the end of the game to like pay homage to Dad?
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
If we can ever get there. Rusted battle helm. Oh, so that's another curiosity. Alright. Joshua's joined Clive's party and remain with him until departing for Origin. Okay. He's been in the fucking party. So what are you talking about? Alright, let's see. Alright. Three's company. And then we have trial and error. Might as well do this.
Might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
He's right here.
Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here. Your life is your own.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am, but I swore I'd face them. Just like the man who saved my life.
Who would that be?
Gav, probably.
Gav. It was him
Told
who
you.
found me and freed
He wants
me.
to be a scout, just like Gav.
No support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure he'd be flattered. You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this path and you'll make a fine Cursebreaker.
So, what? Have I passed?
You haven't even started yet. Now listen.
Oh.
Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember.
Oubliette.
Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
You know,
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out.
for some
But
reason,
keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
we're standing here telling him to go get that logbook. It almost kind of reminded me of like SpongeBob, and they're like, I need you to get me a dynamic spatula with port and starboard attachments. Alright, well, guess we might as well just... What the fuck?
Run like the wind.
Alright, so we'll go down through here.
These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not.
Ah! Ah!
Damn it.
Well, he did get attacked by that thing.
Draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run!
If you want him, you'll have to go through me.
All yours, Torgal.
Hot Avis. There you go.
Ember, are you...
He's gone.
Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is then.
You failed, Ember. You failed.
I didn't expect you back so soon. Where is Ember? How did he fare?
She's gone. I don't know.
Thought I'd find him with you. He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there. Didn't even
Now let me guess. Now I gotta go find him.
I had to step in and take care of things. But by the time I had, he was nowhere to be seen. I assumed he'd set off in your direction, but apparently not.
I'm sorry, Sid. I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he seemed like...
The right man for the job?
Got that on. Go looking for him.
I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Hey? How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you there, Nazaire. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. We'll await your evaluation back at the hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy decision.
Alright, so we also have this under new management number 2. Alright, so we have to speak with Quentin. We'll go head to this next.
No need to ride from here.
Hi, Quentin. How you doing?
Quentin, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold. Go on, then. Propose.
And then he said,
convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
That'd be nice,
I know
actually.
it's a lot
Thank
to
you.
ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
Alright. Well, I think maybe that's what we'll do real quick. We'll head back to the hideaway. We'll turn a few of these like quests in. Because we do have some of the quests that we can turn in here. so we might as well.
Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power.
So he needed an envoy.
I might have a solution. And I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his. But yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
I did do that.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
I guess I should have turned in the other quest first. Now we have to sit through this shit.
Pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with Akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. 2 such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends?
I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal.
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the bloody outlaw.
Once more onto the breach.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes, and I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Rutherford, Mike Will. Well, my boy, the stage is set.
That it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall. And there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
I will.
That's nice, thanks. I actually just like zoned out and was like sitting on my phone that entire time. That quest was so boring to me that I literally was not even paying attention. It was so boring. I just couldn't give a shit. Anyway, we got the Accords. Well, at least everybody's come together for that.
What do you think that thing...
Start me down here.
You should have...
Alright, we'll
Welcome back, Sid.
talk to him.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yes. Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not.
You know what? I'll give him his...
lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey.
I'll give him his passing marks.
He pressed on, and he achieved his aim. And is that not what we ask of our scouts?
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest appraisal, Sid. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conch and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
It couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
Things rarely do these days. But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid. Thank you.
Well, that's we'll have another scout on hand in the future. I mean, obviously not really, but all right. So now we need to well, we can
How may I help you today, Clive?
get
Come to claim your just desserts?
yeah, we can get this Genji gloves. It's a drunken galley captain I shared a table with last night is to be believed. Word of your exploits has made its way across the seas to the great continent. What is more, she claims that there are those who would see you flourish, herself being one such woman, Gareth.
You earned this. Come again. I may have more for.
What does do? Increase damage dealt to enemies by 5%. Isn't the thing this increases 12? Attack by 12. I see it takes our damage down though. Alright, let's take these materials to mid.
Tell me this is all you need.
Oh, you make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me this is all you need.
It's most of what I need. After you left, I went over the figures again.
God
and
damn
I realized
it.
I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0 and a cogwheel. Just a tiny one, though that's the problem. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling over.
Wait. The children. When they took apart your scales, there was a tiny brass gear. Now that I think about it, they didn't use it when we put the scales back together.
The young'uns? But why would the... You know what? I don't
Alright, good. I don't have to go anywhere else for that.
You go and find that cog.
I just have to go upstairs and go up here and grab it.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Sid! Is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's fine. She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? What is it? What is it? Is it an airship? I bet it's an airship!
She's
Do you think
right.
she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something special, something only you three can provide. A brass gear. A tiny one. One that might fit on, say, a set of scales.
Oh, the one you forgot! We remember!
We saved it, just in case. It's in the bag of bits.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling everything we can find. All the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds.
You should
Just
probably
in
not do that.
case.
That's good to know.
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear? We have more parts if Mid needs them.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your hoard. Just in case.
Thanks, Sid.
Alright.
Well,
they have it?
Yep.
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe. Will it work?
Will it work? It's perfect! You're a genius, Clive.
What exactly are you going to use it for?
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own. But with the right cog in the right place... well, you just wait and see.
I'm definitely gonna have to wait and see. Oh shit, what are you gonna stick propellers on the masts? She's got like a scale model of the ship.
Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without.
No. I want the flying boat.
Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other.
Well, okay.
People will lose their homes.
Oh boy.
Children,
It got dark.
and their dads.
She made it dark.
Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head? Or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my Mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge.
Oh!
I won't have my dream end up turning
What
into
the
someone else's
fuck?
nightmare.
I built those! They're my property!
All that hard work.
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm going to bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
So, can I keep the model of the airship? See, all that talking in the cutscene, and they still have to talk more.
Putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt.
That's what I'm
I'll
talking
still need
about.
to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
Thanks, Ashley. I'll let Leon know that you've done good. Yay.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
So I have these curiosities. What the hell is this? Another fucking quest?
Say what you will, Lady Karen is...
There's another one in here? Jesus Christ. They just keep popping up. Why are they like... So we're probably going to have to do this game in 3 parts, aren't we? Because... Two of you have been together for what feels like a lifetime now, but there's still a lot you have to learn about that hound of yours. He'd step in front of a bloody raging behemoth that meant protecting you, but that don't mean you should take it for granted. At the end of the day, he's a hound, and sometimes he just wants someone to pat his head and rub his belly and give him a handful of Kupo nuts. You do good to remember that, Karen. I am not so foolish to believe that a single shamming at the hands of the town urchins can dispel a lifetime of hatred built upon one's heart. Just as a pot cannot be made clean by reminding it of its own grime. It takes effort, persistence, and more often than not, a stiff brush and a bucket of lye. But more than that, it takes time. Fortunately, your courage and leadership has granted us just that. We must now decide whether to embrace or to waste it. A wise man once said that the night is always darkest before the dawn. It is a good thing that I count one who burns so bright amongst my friends, Lubor. Do you remember what you told me that night at Phoenix Gate? That while the fate of Rosaria sits on my shoulders, the fate of its dominant sits upon yours. But we are not both But are we not both dominants of fire? Does not the flame of our forebears burn in both our hearts? Should I not protect you as you have protected me? You have chosen to be my shield. Now let me choose to be yours. Is this not what our father wanted? What Sid wanted? To cast aside fate and forge our own paths? Grant me this, Clive. Let me be your strength, Joshua. Though her icon brought her much suffering, the loss of Shiva weighs heavy on her heart. We would be poor friends indeed if we did not seek to lighten that burden, even but only a fraction before we depart for the skies. I would speak on this more in private, Joshua.
If Joshua's worried about Jill, I should go and speak with him.
So now we're adding 2 more fucking quests, the unending list of shit we already have to do. Yeah, we're definitely not going to be getting this done in 2 parts.
You alright?
Something troubling you?
No more than usual. It's just... Etta's baby will be coming soon, and I wanted to make something for it.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. Yeah, I'll let the little tykes know they were welcome in their new homes, like.
So, what's the problem?
Well, the problem is that Etta's due any day now, and I don't know if I'll be ready in time.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You know, there just might be.
All right then. What exactly are we making?
A good luck charm. But not just any good luck charm.
Not just any.
No. One made from the feather of a silver chocobo.
Ooh.
There's naught lucky in all the realm, or so we used to say back home anyway. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with their suppliers, but nothing. I try and track one down myself, only...
Only the big day is fast approaching. And that's all you need, a feather.
That or the bird whose horse it's attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around with traveling traders plying the northern borders.
there's no shortage of those passing through Martha's. I think I might make that my first port of call. I'll let you know if I find anything.
You're a good friend, Clive. I won't forget this.
Alright, so now I have to go talk to Joshua.
Joshua, I read your message. You're right. Jill is different. I don't think I'd realized how different, but since we returned from Drake's spine, I've felt it more and more.
I suppose it's not hard to imagine why.
She doesn't think she belongs anymore.
And that's why we need to remind her she is still one of us. To let her know that we still need her, now more than ever. That you still need her. But how to do that? When last we were truly close, we were but children.
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual tour of the Duchy? And Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up Man's Hill.
To see the snow daisies, I remember. It was the first time Father had allowed us to join him. And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pot boys combing the countryside.
In the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take refuge in a grove of oaks before we'd even made it halfway there. It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say, he was none too pleased.
Then it seems you and Jill have unfinished business. What do you say?
Man's Hill. It's not that far.
Oh, true. Though I suspect it is also much changed. Little in southern Rosaria remains as it was when we were children.
You're saying I should go and scout the area for bandits?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there are actually still any snow daisies left. What would you do without me, Clive?
Okay. So of course we have all those, but we'll look at those later. Oh, we're finally getting to go to this area. It's through here.
This is the place, but...
I'm sorry, Clive.
There's nowhere been spared. What do we do now?
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only place where snow daisies grow.
Perhaps, but it's the only place I know of. Knew of.
Then why not ask someone who might know of another?
Someone.
Why do we need to do more talking?
To the hideaway, then.
God, why? Why couldn't we just do that to begin with? Jesus fucking Christ. God, this shit is so... This whole, like, let's dump 70,000 side quests on you right before the very end is the most annoying thing.
Excuse me. I'm looking for something.
Oh, well, then I'm your man.
A silver chocobo feather.
Oh, or maybe not. Though you're not the first to mention the bird around here. There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago claiming he was attacked by a silver chocobo near some gutted hovel not far from Eastpool. Most took him for a braggart and a liar, but who knows? Perhaps there was some truth to his tale.
We'll see. Thank you.
Okay.
Just because the heavens have gone to wreck and ruin, it don't mean we have to.
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone? Or perhaps a bawdy etching of the Vicereine?
Maybe another time. I'm looking for a silver chocobo feather.
If that's the case, rumours are all you're likely to find. No one has seen a silver chocobo for years. Word is they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about bringing good luck. Didn't bring them much, nor their bows. If any are still out there, I reckon they'll be doing their damnedest not to be discovered.
You're probably right. Thank you anyway.
Right.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Can I help you with summit?
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo feathers, would you?
I deal in fruit, not fancies. But if it's fancies you're after, I suggest you try Rhiannon's ride.
Was a silver chocobo seen there?
Oh, yes. If you believe the ravings of a madman.
It wouldn't be the first time. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon's ride. It sounds almost too good to be true. But since I'm already here... Come on.
Can hardly make it.
So I definitely think we're gonna get this quest and the one with the flowers done, and I think we might call it after that. You have to remember, we also still have this quest to do, plus all the shit over here as well. Plus we still have 6 monsters to fucking kill.
Time to fight. Drags. We're not left by bandits for a change.
Chocobo tracks.
More tracks. And these look fresh. A chocobo was here. And recently. Perhaps it still is. I don't hear anything.
No, but there is a feather.
Well, I'll be damned.
Oh? Hey. It's a pair of them.
It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Just borrowing a feather for my friend.
Like, alright.
Thank you. Let's get this back to Gav before they change their minds.
Okay. Back here now.
Let's hope one of the gardeners knows where to find snow daisies.
I'm gonna give this to Gav first.
It was no trouble.
And look who it is.
Clive, you're back. How'd you get on? Any luck?
Any luck, you say?
There you go.
Crystals crack. Is this what I think it is? Where in the hell did you find it?
It's a long story.
Right there on the road to Eastpool. Who'd have thought it?
Everything up there's been abandoned for years. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though I fear my presence may have forced the poor creatures to look elsewhere.
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on Eastpool's doorstep. They'd have had to move on before long, even if you hadn't have turned up. They'll find a new home. Trust me. After all, that's what us endangered animals do. Anyway, what matters is, you managed to nick us one of their quills before they could run off. And now all that's left is to fix it to the carving.
I didn't know you could carve.
Reckon there's a lot you don't know about me. Like the fact I'm as good with a whittling knife as I am with a sword. And that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with. What did you say it was from again? An Avis?
But it weren't your Avis, Sid. I slew one of my own at last.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit.
All those long nights. It was like
Don't
10
speak
minutes
too soon.
ago.
I ain't done my trial yet.
There we go.
That's pretty cool.
What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make an honest living.
Now will I? I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give it my best.
You can give it to yourself. Come on.
See, I mean, it's just like, it's so long, drawn out. It's like, why do these side quests have to be so drawn out? Like, it's just so, like, exhausting.
Say what you will.
I think it's kind of a dumb idea to do this. I have to say, like, I think that, like, when you make it where you have, like, 15 or, like, 16 side quests right before the very end, I feel like it's kind of... It's not that great.
Oh. What brings you down from the heavens, Sid?
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow daisies grow. Preferably in abundance.
Snow daisies. Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and not too cold. And where the
Okay, so then just fucking tell me! Don't play me with fucking riddles!
I reckon Man's Hill would be...
We already went there!
There in the Royal Meadows, perhaps? Both have similar climbs and the right elevation. If the Blight hasn't claimed them yet.
Right. Thank you.
Did you learn where we might find our flowers?
The gardener here mentioned the Royal Meadows in Sembrak.
The fields beyond Northreach. Well, if that's the case, then Yote was right. I recalled that she kept a record of our travels, you see. So I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies grew, and she mentioned Oilerfeist Bay.
Whose shores border the meadows. Off we go then.
Oh my god. We gotta go to the infirmary.
He thinks it'll tell us about his adventures in Ash.
Me lords.
How are you feeling?
Well, thank you. Is something wrong?
Wrong? No, nothing like that. What it is...
Go on.
Please. It's beautiful. Did you make it?
We did, aye. It's from all of us here at the Hideaway. Your new family, like. It's a good luck charm. We may come up north when a band's on the way. I mean a baby. To let him know that they're part of the family too. Oh, I hope you like it.
I don't know what to say. I thank you, my lords, for everything.
If there's anything you need, just let us know.
I will.
Clive, fancy a swift off? I'm thirsty.
I could be convinced.
Now we have a whole cutscene that we got to watch where they talk, and then we have a whole nother section where they're going to then talk again.
Don't you think you've had enough?
Man.
No, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
You know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day, my mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over, what with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister, and then I didn't. Me whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Why are we doing this right now?
Do you know why you're our best scout? Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learn from it. And here you are after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword.
Well, you don't get my sword. So we did all that talking. Now they're going to talk some more. See?
I may have had one too many.
You may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty.
It's just kind of obnoxious.
Better get back to work anyway. After I walk this off. Clive?
What is it?
Thanks for, you know.
I know.
All right. Wintermead. Okay. So now we can travel back to Northreach. And I think what we'll do is we'll go and we'll talk to
The garrison is threatening to pull their sentries from the market.
what's her face? We'll go down here and get this quest. And after we get this, I think maybe we'll call it, and then we will pick up from where we left off in the next part. I was really wanting to get this done and this whole game done in 2 parts. But apparently they just want to keep handing us like 16, 17, 18 quests at the very end of the game, so...
Do you have a moment, Clive?
What is it?
There, a
It's
moment.
The Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence has assumed full control of the garrison.
Oh, so he just took over regardless of what we did.
Man to work on the fortifications. The town was left all but unguarded, so Philippe was compelled to form a citizens' watch to fill the void. And though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, they want for bodies. So I was wondering if you would lend them your strength, that the people of Northreach might sleep easier, if only for a few nights.
Of course. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Clive. What would I do without you? Philippe told me he had men stationed at...
Where can I find the mistress of this establishment?
Here, my
Sabine.
lady.
Great.
To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Sabine
My name
Wren.
is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you and your town no small amount of trouble. I wish to speak to you about what might be done.
Very well. Let us speak. I trust you'll forgive me, Clive.
Absolutely. Our conversation can wait.
Please, proceed.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in objecting to his every action. Indeed, I owe you my thanks for continuing to argue against his reckless plans. Yet I fear he is not one to be swayed by reason.
What about violence?
He must be made to face the consequences of his actions.
And who would make him do this?
Me. Oh.
Myself and several other like-minded individuals. Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle... drastic?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. Unless you are content to see your people downtrodden and dispossessed. My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. That they should be forced to make every sacrifice to ensure her revival. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire, but the Empire who must serve her people. He's always been like this. Scornful of the opinions of anyone he judged beneath him. But he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common folk any longer. We must fight him. By all possible means.
Fight him? No. My purpose is to quell the tension in Northreach, not to stoke it. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our common enemy. Your father and his followers included. While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the hope that he may yet be won round.
False hope, I assure you. But I see that your mind is made up.
Can you guys, like,
Bother you no longer.
just do this in private and
will
then
extend
fast
me the
forward
same
through this
courtesy.
conversation?
I bid you good day.
Like, goddamn.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. But unfortunately for us, that spirit is only likely to harden the Duke's resolve, which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. Not that she cares. This is all about her and her father.
Families.
I'm sorry, where were we? Ah, yes. I was about to tell you of Philippe's plans for the town watch, but perhaps it's better that you heard them from him. I believe he's in the market, if you'd be so kind as to seek him out.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you. I'd like to see the two of you in action together.
Alright, well, that's going to be next time. When we come back, we will we'll do that. So, yeah. So the plan is to do that, do this, and then do that, do this, do this. Hopefully no other... Oh, yeah, and do this as well. And then hopefully no other things will pop up. So, but who knows? So I will see you all in the next one. Take care, and goodbye.